Sheep, taste the goose.
Let's see, I could be having snake, shark, starfish, centipede. The choices are endless. I just don't know how to choose. God, that's ugly. It's crunchy. Oh, you know what? It bounced once, and let's be honest, it's a scorpion.
William Jans, how does scorpion taste?
Like really crunchy.
Really
It's a lot of
crunchy.
shell and a lot of salt.
Welcome to Breakfast Television.
Thanks, man. Good to see
We're
you.
so thrilled to have you here leading up to a couple of talks you're delivering at NAIT on March 2nd and 6th. Off the Wall in China and Tales from Tanzania. You might very well have the best job in the world.
Well, I do feel very lucky, although I've had my share of sicknesses overseas too, so I often say in the shows, my misfortune is your entertainment, and usually on each trip, I lose 18 pounds.
Are you serious?
I got meningitis in China for a while too, so it's not all a cakewalk.
Oh my gosh, is that where you picked up these threads, by the way, too?
Yes, this is an actual mouse suit that almost fits, and as dapper as you look here,
yeah,
we probably should make just a little adjustment there,
Yeah.
There, you handsome devil, you.
Thank you.
Excellent.
You picked this up in the course of your travels.
Yes, and with the live shows, it's obviously, video stills and storytelling, but I always do come back with a certain bit of wardrobe. So, yeah, this is...
I love it. So you head overseas armed with your camera, you shoot stills, you shoot video.
Yep.
Is this China that we're seeing right here?
That, as a matter of fact, that right there is the key reason I went to China. That's Huashan. It's this cliff that's got a 1,500-meter drop of it. That was the Philippines. This is actually cockfighting. And of course, as you saw, I'm willing to eat almost anything. But that cliff there, with that drop, that's the main reason I went. I'm not afraid of heights at all.
Oh, my hands are sweating just watching that. You, I understand, broke a big law in China. You slept on the Great Wall of China.
I did. It was one of the plans, and I went to a really remote section. Took me hours to get there, a bit of hitchhiking. That's where I slept, as a matter of fact. Not exactly comfortable, and slept in quotes, because that was pretty hard, and I had no sleeping bag.
But, I mean, did you have moments of just realizing how surreal it was where you were? I mean, do you have these moments still? Or, or do you think after all these years of doing this, you kind of take for granted, in a sense, how amazing the opportunities are?
Well, you know what? You never tend to forget. And the funniest thing is a lot of people travel hoping for these vistas that it's just them. I don't mind seeing other people, but on the wall, 21 kilometers of it I had totally to myself. That's unheard of in China. Because that mountain you saw with the crazy cliff drop, I was thinking I was going to be there on a Monday. And because my shows are about people, not so much locations, but the blend, I was worried, gee, I wonder if anyone will be there. There was like 40,000 people on that mountain that day. It's China, it's packed. There's 1 billion people.
Wow, so look at these images, absolutely astounding. I'm wondering if you can take us to the Philippines for a second. I understand that you had an opportunity to attend an event that's got to be quite emotional and very meaningful for people.
Yeah, the Crucifixion Festival is exactly what it sounds like, and of course it sounds pretty wild, and you think that's what it's going to be, and there's,
so just so I'm clear, these are real people, that's a real nail, people are actually really nailed, they're crucified.
Volunteered to nail the crosses, and they basically will sit up there as long as they feel they need to atone for their sins, but to take the sting away from it, this is a family event. Coca-Cola was a sponsor for this event for a period of time, and you can buy SpongeBob SquarePants balloons while you lick popsicles watching people getting crucified. Yay!
Can you take us to Tanzania for a second?
Sure. It's a whole other language and we're not in the right wardrobe. But
that's okay.
I have, this is the shoes that you can wear in Tanzania amongst the Maasai.
So you brought these shoes back. And
they're not comfortable.
Are these tires?
Those are rubber tires, yeah.
So look at this. This is amazing. So I mean, Michelle McDougall, our weather specialist, talks about reduce, reuse, recycle. This is the ultimate example, isn't it? Wow, Tanzania as a nation, where would you stack it up when it comes to the African nations? Quite developed or developing?
It's got the most advanced cell phone technology. It's the highest coverage. Matter of fact, I have a bit in the show of I actually phoned my answering machine at home from the top of Kilimanjaro and did one of those the prices and then ability to phone home, priceless.
No kidding. And you brought back, what are these?
Oh, well, you can have
nuts,
a look at those.
chocolates?
Well, you may not want to eat those.
Okay.
Those are not nuts. That's giraffe poo.
Oh, thank you for bringing
and they're, I think, quite inert. And the funny thing is there's another animal, I think it's the hyrax, that has the exact same poos, and the only way you can tell them apart is by the spread, because the hyrax is falling this far from the ground, and the giraffe is like 10 feet from the ground.
Man, I want your job. Thank you for being here. We got to come check out the show. It's Off the Wall in China and Tales from Tanzania. The stories, the images, the video that William Jans has collected through his travels at the NAIT Shaw Theatre, all of the information on our website, breakfasttelevision.ca. And I understand that you found a way to weave City TV into your website.
I did, yeah. If you go to wrjphoto.com/citytv, one word, I made a little contest for you folks and some of your crazy audience folks.
Let me try that on,
And they can win.
Where's this from, China as well?
That is from China.
Love it. William Jans, you're a beauty. Thanks for being here.
谢谢朋友
Xixi Peñon.
Yeah.
BT
Thank you,
back
friend.
right after this.
再见。